max.
Yeah.
Should the defending champs be worried about Fitzmagic and company?
Oh, yeah. And the reason is what I said. When Deshaun Jackson was a free agent, where should Deshaun Jackson sign? We talked about this yesterday. Tampa. What are you going to do with Mike Evans, the 50-50 ball guy, right, and Deshaun Jackson, the guy who gets behind your defense? What are you going to do? If you don't double one of them, they will catch the ball every time.
Don't take too much credit because you said that when Jameis Winston was quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. But by the way, Jameis Winston, I was shocked. Why aren't they better? He couldn't take advantage of it. Like the fact that Jameis Winston's stats were kind of mid-pack shows you how little he took advantage of that. I'm trying to think, Damien, how do you, like, you're going to double cover Mike Evans or he's going to get the ball. And if you do, what are you going to do? You can't keep up with Deshaun Jackson. One man, good luck. And that's what, and with a competent quarterback, that's what you have to deal with. You better be worried.
Oh, here's how I counter that, okay? One thing we know about Ryan, Fitzmagic, he's a very streaky player.
Yes.
He's very streaky.
But streaky could be 6 weeks.
It could be.
Then why the hell are you calling him Fitzmagic instead of Fitzpatrick?
Because sometimes he sprinkles that magic out there, just like he did against the New Orleans Saints.
But streaky could be half a season.
Streaky could be half a season. Streaky could cost Jameis Winston his job.
Yep.
But here's what I'll say to counter that. You talk about the shiny toys. We talk about this with the Giants. They got all these different pieces, right? You know how you counter that? Rushing the passer. What is the one thing that Philadelphia does? They can get after you rushing the passer. So while listen, the Fitzmagic and Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans, all that is great. And O.J. Howard. If they can't,
the Eagles might win, but they better be worried.
If they can't physically stop them boys up front, Fletcher Cox and those boys, then none of that matters.
You're saying that the Eagles might win. The Eagles might win, but they better be worried. This is not the Bucs team you thought you were going to see.
Well, listen, no one at this table expected the Bucs to go into New Orleans.
They were the gimme in the division
and put up 48 points against the New Orleans Saints. That's why I said Ryan Fitzpatrick is the most
not Fitzpatrick. What I'm saying, Stephen A., it's not Fitzpatrick. He's solid, but he's throwing to two receiver. It's not even fair to have those guys on the same team.
You can't mention the two receivers without the quarterback throwing.
Before we can get into all the weapons and all those type of things, but at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles have something that can shut all that down. Sure. Okay, they can get after the quarterback.
You have to respect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, particularly since the game is at home. However, are the Eagles going to give up 48 points the way the New Orleans Saints did? That ain't happening. Somebody's smoking something. They think that's going to happen. You understand? The Philadelphia Eagles will be ready. Now, is Nick Foles, who's going to start this game that Doug Peterson has now announced is going to start game 2 like it's the worst kept secret in the NFL? Of course he's going to start. Of course he's going to play. We'll see what he does. Their offense needs to be better. I am not worried about the defense of the Philadelphia Eagles giving up 140-plus yards to two receivers. And, oh, by the way, we have to go. We're running out of time. I just want to say this. Even though Molly has to move the show along, I'm quite sure if we were talking about porn star Jimmy, she would have told us to keep going.
Speaking of which,
she'd have told us to keep going.
Speaking of which,
she'd have told us to keep going. Go ahead and talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. Go ahead and talk about Jimmy Garoppolo.
What do we have coming up, Molly?
Stop talking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Speaking of which,
that's all I'm saying.
The one thing I will say, I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa Bay Buccaneers put points up on the Philadelphia Eagles. No. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to say this. Okay, Nick Foles has not looked well. He's not looked good since the preseason.
It won't
and
be
last week he did not look well. So listen, we're talking about the streakiest quarterback in the National Football League with all those weapons.
You need to interrupt her to agree with me from 5 minutes ago.
Call done. Yes, could we please all settle down? It's time
by
to
the way,
go.
my nickname for Jimmy G is my nickname for Jimmy G is a compliment. It is not an insult. I just want to state that.